What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is Kandi and the Gang, Season 1, Episode 8. So we start this episode off, child. We got the OLGs down to Aunt Nora's house putting in their dating profiles. They trying to hook Aunt Bertha up and Mama Joyce, okay? Listen, I ain't mad at them. Listen, if you like it, I love it, and I ain't mad at you about it, okay? So we have Dominique meeting up with Shanae and her boyfriend slash fiance down to the little, restaurant. And boyfriend is not happy. The boyfriend is really upset, and he kind of checks Dominique about what happened at the housewarming. He want to know why, why she didn't leave with them, and how, when they go somewhere, they supposed to leave. When they go together, they leave together. And, Shanikiwa was just sitting in the middle while Dom and her boyfriend were having this conversation. Now, I don't think her boyfriend was being rude about it, but he was certainly being firm and, coming at Dom about the fact that, listen, we were outside for 30 minutes. We was embarrassed. We was trying to figure out what was going on. And not only did nobody except for Torin come out to really check on us, the person that I came with never came back out. So Dom's defense was, listen, it was a lot going on the inside. My bosses was there in my face, and this and that, and that, and this. But listen, at the end of the day, girl, look, you come together, you leave together. Now, maybe Dom felt like she was her man, and they got their car. Like, we ain't riding the same car. We just walked in the door together. Like, we pre-gamed across the street. We good. And I could kind of see where Dom was coming from that perspective. Like, they literally walked in the door together, but they didn't come together. Like, we didn't ride together. But okay. But Dom didn't appreciate the fact that she was being checked. She was like, yo, you need to get your man. Why you sitting there while your man is checking me? Like, that's not cool. And again, I could see where Dom is coming from. Like, listen, me and you are friends. Like, I'm cool with your man, but me and you are friends. So if you got a problem with it, then that's who you need to talk to. So then we see Patrick out in the parking lot doing his thing with Todd, and they're talking about, the housewarming and stuff. And Todd was like, the housewarming was cool and everything, but where's Wild Patrick? And he was like, Patrick used to be wild and be out here in these streets, and that housewoman just seemed to be real subdued compared to the dude you used to be. And of course, they had clips of him, acting a fool on Instagram or whatever. Now, while this is going on, Coco, her boyfriend rolls in with a brand new Benz, and it's got the what is that called? It's not chrome. It's the matte paint. It looked nice. It looked real nice. And so, Patrick introduced him to Todd, and they dapped it up and all that good stuff. And he asked Patrick, like, yo, what happened the other night? Like, we was invited to the party. We get there and we can't get in. And he was like, oh yeah, that was my girl. She didn't really want, she didn't really want her to come. So, that was kind of on my girl. Child. So then they proceed to have everybody come outside to look at this girl's new car. Ain't nobody working the front. Brian outside. I don't know if he done left all his guests. Rashad done came out there. Ain't nobody there to host nobody, to seat nobody, to do nothing with maitre d' nobody. Okay. What's my boy name? The other manager, he done came outside. And Todd was like, okay, well, who taking care of the damn restaurant? Because everybody out here, I get it. She got a new car that's cute. He was like, but why we can't rotate? Can we rotate in and out? Because this is a lot. Why is everybody why everybody here? We rotate in, rotate out, rotate in, rotate out. Oh. So once all the hoopla died down about the car, the boyfriend proceeds to check everybody about the party situation. He done went to talk to Torin, he done talked to Brian, he done talked to Rashad. And Torin was like, I feel some kind of way about this. Like, why the boyfriend coming to me and talking to me before I talk to my friend, Tarika? Why am I talking to her before I talk to Rika? Now, what we also find out is that Brian is burying his toupee. It has worn its last war. It has been lied, dyed, fried, dyed, laid to the side one too many times. And Brian is gonna have a whole ceremony to bury it until he get his new toupee in place. Okay, so we see this whole really unnecessary scene with Shardo, Torin, Brian, um, Rika, and they are burying the damn toupee. Now, the only thing that really came out of this scene is the fact that all of them are telling her that they didn't appreciate the fact that her boyfriend checked them. And she was like, well, y'all was all wrong. Y'all had me outside looking crazy, and y'all was supposed to be my friends, and ain't nobody come and check on me. Ain't nobody come and make sure I was okay. We was outside looking crazy, and y'all should have left with me. And they were like, and Torrin apologized. Torrin was like, listen, I know that I sort of pressured you to come, but I didn't know it was a problem. Like, he invited all of us. I didn't know it was going to be an issue. But she mad at everybody. The boyfriend checking everybody. And everybody is sitting back like, okay. Now, Brian said, listen, I do feel like Dom should have left with you. Y'all came together. You lead together. Ride or die. He said, but other than that, I don't really feel like any of the rest of us, like, did anything wrong. Like, I don't really feel like we did. Like, we feel like Dom was the one that should have checked on you because that's who you came with. I just don't think it's that damn deep. I think the big thing is that they was embarrassed because they was outside and couldn't get in. I really think that's because Rashad said it's the boringest party his ass ever been to. So anyway, Todd and Kandi had a bright idea to have a triple date so that Brian and his girlfriend and I know I'm saying her name right. Sharika, I know the name right. That's too normal. Her name got it got some esque to it, some ghetto-esque to it. Anyway, but the three couples, Kandi and Todd and the other two couples, they're meeting up because Kandi says, listen, they got to figure out a way to work together. I mean, get along because they all work together. And so whatever happened in the past is in the past. Neither one of them are with each other anymore. They not thinking about each other no more. They not stunting each other anymore. So honestly, we need to just let it go. Just let it go. Stop tripping. So they do find some sort of common ground. Now, Safari, Brian's girlfriend, felt like she didn't need to be there. She said, I'm a grown-ass woman. I don't need nobody, facilitating nothing on my behalf. Like, I'm grown. I am grown. I don't need nobody's help in these streets like that. I am grown. But at the end of the day, she does feel like it helped out. Now, at the date, it came out that she really wasn't taking Patrick seriously at first, and that she felt like Patrick was just going to be a trick. So, of course, everybody's looking at her like, girl, what you talking about, a trick? What that mean? She said, well, a guy you have sex with and he give you money. You just admitted to being a hoe, right? I mean, you just admitted to being a prostitute. That is the very definition of prostitution. You have sex with somebody for money. Now, I understand that people can oversimplify and say, oh, we all have sex. Listen, she specifically said she thought Patrick would be somebody that she could have sex with and get money out of. So, of course, that rubbed Kandi the wrong way. Kandi ended up having a conversation with her. She invited her out to lunch because she was like, I need some follow-up on this because I'm feeling like that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. And I love Patrick like he one of my own, so I need to get some clarity on this situation. But my thing is this, Kandi won't that deep. She said that's who I thought he was in the beginning. Clearly that's not what it is now. Hell, Patrick don't even have no money. Patrick ain't even got no furniture in his damn apartment. Okay? Patrick runs the parking lot for your restaurant. I don't know what's in that man's I don't know what's in that man's bank account, but what I do know is if she was looking for a rich sugar daddy, that ain't him. Kandi, he's safe. But anyway, then we have this crazy conversation with Dom and Brandon about which one of them is going to lead a restaurant. Because, of course, after they showed up to the housewarming, booed up, kissing, hugging, rubbing, touching, it is more obvious than ever that there's a whole relationship going on. And like Don said, listen, we have to protect the restaurant. One of y'all has to move to a different location. At the end of the day, because, Dom was like, well, we're grown. We can handle ourselves. It's all good. He was like, yeah, it's good until it's not good. And he's right. As long as y'all are in a relationship and everybody's in love and everything is great, it's cool. The minute y'all break up, then it's going to become something else. And they're opening themselves up to liability. Now, I know some of this is probably for the purposes of the camera, but I just feel like they're being way too nonchalant about this. They should have been transferred one of them out. And either you leave or you fire. That's it. And it really needs to be branded. It doesn't need to be Dom, because Dom is the subordinate. And if they transfer Dom, it's going to look punitive. See, listen, I'm doing too much. Anyway, I'm doing too much. So anyway, we see Patrick talk to Todd about being the one. How did you know Kandi was the one? Well, I think Safari is the one, and I'm ready to pop the question. And Kandi asked Safari, how do you feel about Patrick now? Like, is he the one? Like, are you in love? Yeah, he the one. So then we see Patrick later on in the episode meet up with Aunt Bertha, his mama, Kandi, and Mama Joyce. And he basically is telling them that he's ready to pop the question. And he got an engagement ring for Safari. Now, come to find out, he'd been engaged before. And he broke off the engagement because he said he got abandonment issues. And they got into a fight and she left one day. And so he broke up with her. Okay. But he know that Safari, he's ready. He's ready this time, and Safari is the one. So then we have a little get together. We back over Brian's house, child, having a little get together. We got Dom. We got everybody. We got Dom. We got Rashad. We have Rika, Brian, and Torrin, right? And Brian got a new headpiece, honey. Brian got himself a new toupee, child. And while they're there, the conversation once again comes up about the housewarming and how Dom should have been the one to leave. And so then Charlotte starts talking about the housewarming. Well, they were talking about the date. She was recapping the date for them and telling them that, you know, Safari called Patrick a trick and all of that. So then Charlotte was like, well, you know, the housewarming was boring, so it was, you know, so you ain't really missed nothing, and I'm sorry that I didn't come outside to comfort you. I was like, now come on, Charlotte, now you doing too much. And then he gonna say, and I did tell Dom that she should go out there and check on you, which they showed the footage. She did tell that to Dom, but of course Dom was like, you did what? What you mean you said what to me? You ain't tell me to do nothing. So then Dom and Charlotte end up getting into this argument where basically she's calling him all kinds of dummies and stay out her business because, you know, you new to the group and your opinion don't matter to me. And he was like, you know what? I'm done. Now, I feel like it's Charlotte, whatever, Rashad, is he living with Brian? Because I feel like he's always at Brian's place. And then when he got up and he walked out, he didn't walk out the door like everybody else did. He walked to the back. I feel like maybe he's renting a room from Brian. Because remember, well, I don't know. I feel like maybe him and Brian are roommates. Anyway. But yeah, so that turned into a whole argument. And Dom was like, what you're not going to do is try to make me out to be a bad friend. I wasn't a bad friend. And, you know, Brian was like, listen. And she said, tell everybody he canceled for me. Don't put me in the same room with him. Talking about Rashad. Because I don't want to rock with him. I don't want to be around him. Child, that was pretty much the episode. I feel like the season finale is going to be Patrick proposing to Safari. Because I feel like that's where we headed. And we can't have that many more episodes left, child. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.